Hey, you people. The pain was entering my brain. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tarila. If this is your first time seeing my face, I welcome you. Thank you for stopping by. Please consider subscribing to my channel, okay? So from the title of this video, you obviously already know what I'm here for. I'm here to give you guys premium gist. So my previous video was my birth vlog, and I just feel like I don't feel like I know that that video did not capture, the main thing, like what really happened. It wasn't like a comprehensive account of the experience. So I think I mentioned in that video that I was going to come back and do like a story time and just gist you guys about it. Today we had our baby's naming ceremony, hence the makeup, hence the dress. And so I just thought, you know what, let me just film this video now. First of all, because I'm dressed and I have makeup on. Secondly, because I don't want to forget any detail. I don't want to wait too long to film this video because I don't want to forget any single detail. So yeah, I had my baby last week. By the time we are seeing this video, by the time we are seeing this video, though, my baby will be like over a month old. Yeah. So I had my baby at 40 weeks and 5 days. Now my original due date was on the 14th of December. So 14th of December came. We were watching, we were waiting. 6 o'clock, 8 p.m., 11 p.m. I say, baby is not here. What's going on, man? I already know that like a due date is just an estimate, right? A due date is not that the baby will come on that day. But based on all the things I had read, TikTok videos, I think I was just like, I was really, really hopeful that, my baby will come at like 38 weeks or like 39 weeks and some days. I just thought like, what, before that 14th, I was even hoping that he will come on our wedding anniversary, which is the 10th. He no show. 14th came, 14th went. 15th came, 15th went. 16th came, 17th. Yeah. I say, God, what's going on here? Honestly, it was frustrating, like just waiting, not knowing when it was going to start. Like, oh my God, I think that has to be the worst part of pregnancy. Like, it takes a toll on your mental and emotional health. There was a particular day that I think it was on, I can't remember the day, but there was a particular day after my due date that I woke up and people had left me messages like, how far, baby here, they will be asking my mom how far, and it's not from like a negative place or a malicious place, like they're just like anxious to, like, oh my God, baby, when is baby arriving, that kind of thing. It was just putting like pressure on me that I didn't want and I didn't need at that time. And it takes a toll on you mentally, not knowing, like that feeling of not knowing when, not knowing what, not knowing how. It takes a toll on you emotionally, mentally, physically, because you are literally carrying a watermelon everywhere that you're going. So at that point, I was tired. My tired was tired. I was so exhausted. We're just waiting. After my due date, 2 days after, at 40 weeks and 2 days, I had an appointment with my midwife. And I went there and she was like, oh, this is just, it's kind of normal, let's just keep watching, blah, blah, blah. If baby doesn't come at 40 weeks and 6 days, would have to do no yeah yeah we would have to do a membrane sweep. I think I filmed a video about that. They were going to do a membrane sweep on the 20th of December, and she was like, if the membrane sweep doesn't work, then I would have an induction on the 26th of December. By the way, I'm filming this video on the 26th of December. Anyways, I digress. So yeah, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to be induced. I didn't want them to sweep my membrane, whatever a membrane is. I didn't want that. So 18th of December came. Morning went, afternoon went. These 2 days before the membrane sweep. I'm like, God, please. Evening came. Now, since I got pregnant, every Sunday I've been having prayer sessions with one of my sisters every Sunday. So yeah, 18th of December came, it was in the evening, it was a Sunday, and then she called, it was time for our prayer session. And so yeah, just I came upstairs, I went to my baby's room and I just lay down on the bed. And then we prayed. So we prayed against induction, that no, it's not going to be, and there isn't going to be an induction. Now, this is not to say that induction is bad, or the people who, have been induced, there's something wrong with you. Please, I'm not saying that. It's just a personal preference. I mean, nobody even, in fact, like, I don't think anybody wants to be induced. It's not a pleasant process. It's not particularly easy, and it's just long. Imagine waiting 42 weeks or almost 42 weeks. That's over 10 months, pregnant. Like, it's not a comfortable thing. And so we prayed against it. We're like, no, I'm not going to be induced, baby's going to come naturally, blah, blah, blah. So we said that prayer. And after the prayer, I still stayed in his room, and I had a conversation with Jesus. I just spoke from my heart. I said, Lord, this membrane sweep is on Tuesday. I'm not even talking induction. Induction is stiffer. They said they will induce me on the 26th. I don't want a membrane sweep on the 20th. I don't want it. I don't want anybody to put their hand inside my bum until that hand is to bring out my baby. I don't want it. So I was just talking to Jesus, and I finished. My heart to heart talk, and I started watching Too Hot to Handle. This was like around, let me see now, maybe 7 or 8 p.m. So I started to watch Too Hot to Handle, and I was just there chilling, like, God will do it. Now you're on the day. And then, so on this particular day, my husband was at work. He was working the night shift. So he was supposed to be at work 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. He had already gone to work. This was like around 7, 8 ish. He now sent me a message like around, I can't remember, past 8, maybe to 9. I'll say like past 8. I got a message from my husband. He was like, they said they should leave by 10 that night, which is weird, you know. But I didn't think anything of it. It was when he now got back home. He got back home like just a few minutes before 10, I think, or a few minutes past 10. I can't really remember the time. Anyways, he got back home. And then one part of my mind was now like, yeah, is this God working? Because why would they just tell them at work that, work today ends at 10 p.m., a shift that is supposed to end at 6 a.m.? Anyway, he came back, and we were watching Too Hot to Handle together. Now, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to get so excited, like, God is really working. It's happening, it's happening. Because this baby has been giving me shallow. You know what they call shallow? Like when somebody wants to hit you and they just like, they don't really hit you, they just shallow. This baby has been giving me shallow since, because my mucus plug fell out on the, let me see now, 10th was the Saturday, 9th, 8th. Fell out on the 8th of December. My mucus plug fell out on the 8th of December. 9th, okay, no, 9th of December, my mom came and I was having like cramps. So when she came, I was like, oh my God, I'm having cramps. Is it that baby wants to come when grandma is here? Like the day that grandma came? Nothing. 10th of December, our anniversary day, I woke up with contractions. I was having contractions from like 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. and then it just stopped. Shallow, shallow, shallow. And then nothing again. 11th, 12th, 13th, nothing. I think on the 14th and 15th, I was not having cramps. I say, what is all this? So baby was giving me shallow, shallow, shallow. So that's why on that day when my husband came back, I was ahead. Then that 18th, I was having cramps as well. And then my husband came back at 10. I said, okay, let me just wait in case it's another shallow. I did not want to get too excited. I just kept quiet. I did not say anything. So I was having cramps. Well, it was like manageable cramps, not like cramps that would, like, I will physically show that I'm having cramps. So I didn't say anything to him. We're just watching Too Hot to Handle together. 11:30. One intense cramp just hit me. And then I dropped the phone. And my husband was like, what happened? I said nothing. Because I know on that shallow, like I said. After that, the cramps started coming more frequently, and it was increasing. So, like while laying down, I kept on watching Too Hot to Handle. We kept on watching it together. And then it will come like maybe every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, just like intense cramps, nothing too painful, but just like After it happened like 5 times or so, my husband was like, "Are these not contractions?" I was like, "I think so, but I'm not sure. I don't want to raise my hopes." So it got more intense. So intense that I couldn't lay down. I had to stand up. So like when it starts, I kept on watching this one to handle. And I was pacing around, when it comes, I'll stand, I'll take it. So it was coming every 3 or so minutes and it was lasting like 45 seconds. So after it happened so it started I think 11:30 or so, or yeah, 11:30. Then we downloaded an app like around 11:50 something, quarter to 12, and then we started timing it. So between that 11:50 something and 1 a.m., I had like 15 contractions every 3 minutes, consistently like that. Then I made the first call, and then she was like, I should monitor it for another hour. If it's still consistent, I should give her a call back. But while I'm monitoring it, I should take a shower. Um, I should try and take some painkillers. I didn't take painkillers, but I took a bath. So I put some water in the bathtub and I lay down inside. Um, the contractions kept coming, but it wasn't as intense while I was in the hot water. So like how you're having cramps and then you put hot water bottle or you massage with the hot towel, it sort of reduces the pain. So I was okay while I was in the tub. So I got out of the tub and it increased. It increased. Then I was just laying on the bed. My mom came. She was watching me. All of us were just watching. And this was like past 2, I think, almost 3 o'clock. There was one contraction that came and I was holding it, trying to bear because I just in my mind I thought, okay, 45 seconds. I was counting like, okay, when I get to 45, it will stop. This thing did not stop. Oh. This particular contraction lasted about a minute 30 seconds, and it was intense. That was when my mom and my husband were like, okay, let's go. So I called the hospital again, yeah, and I was like, I feel like I need to pull. I feel like I need to pull. And she was like, okay, if you feel like you need to pull, maybe you should come in. That was before I had that contraction that lasted a while longer. So when she said we should come in, this was like before 2:30. My mom was like, should we go? I'm like, I don't want to go, and then they'll send me back. Because I asked her, I said, is there a possibility I'll be sent back? She said yes, but that I can come in and she will examine me. Then when I now said I feel like I need to pull, I'm feeling like I need to pull, she was like, okay, then I suggest you come in. But I told my mom, like, let's wait for another hour. But it didn't take up to an hour before I had that other intense contraction. And then we went to the hospital. So we got to the hospital at past 3 in the morning, and then she examined me, and it was still okay. I was still breathe. I was still like able to breathe through. And when it stops, I would dance, or I would talk to my sister that was on the phone, or I would just do something, or play with my husband, G's. I was still. So she checked me, and I was 4 centimeters dilated already. Um, so of course I had to be admitted. I didn't go back home. Woohoo! So I got admitted, and then I went into the delivery suite. So when I got into the delivery room, I was still able to move around, even with the pain. So I told my mom, like, let's take a walk. So we walked down the hallway, and as we got down like this, hey, it just like it's like every with every contraction it got stronger, it got worse. And I, when I got to the end of the hallway, I was like, let's go back. So we're going back, and I just felt like, I don't know if you remember in the video, I was telling my mom, like, Mommy, it feels like something wants to come out. Well, yeah, a baby wants to come out. So I just felt like I needed to pull. It was so strong. We got back to the delivery room, and the midwife was like, they're going to check me again in another 3 hours. I mean, yeah, 3 hours from the first, no, 4 hours from the first check. So the first check was done at past 3. So meaning the next check was going to be done at past 7, and it was still past 3. It wasn't yet 4 o'clock. I was just like, okay. Me and my sister that was on the phone, like, you're saying your own. You're saying your own. I'm not going to be here for 4 hours before you check me again. So she was like, she'll give me gas and air for the pain. So they gave me that, and to be honest, it was a very, very funny experience because that gas and air is equivalent to Igbo. Because I would take it and I would just start laughing. You guys. Oh my god, it was crazy. I would just laugh, 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 laugh. I think it's kind of it, and it was making me lightheaded. I was feeling like, you people, okay, when you drink, you're not drunk yet, but you're tipsy. That feeling of your head just spinning, that's exactly how I felt. And everything was funny to me at that point. The contractions were getting worse. I was able to manage it a bit because of the gas and air, but it was getting worse. It was getting more intense, that the gas and air wasn't helping as much as it was when he first gave it to me. So the midwife came back and then she was talking about other pain relief options. She mentioned epidural. I'm like, let's wait a bit. She mentioned two different injections that I'll get on my thighs that would help me sort of sleep through the contractions. Then when the contraction now hits, boom, like, because with contractions it's like, so it starts like really slow and then it gets like, and then it tapers down. So the way she explained it to me is that the injection will sort of help me sleep through, like, when it's starting, so I won't feel that, and then when it goes down, I'll be fine. That's how she explained it. So I'm like, okay, let me have that injection. So I took that injection, and with the gas and air as well, like I said, my mind was, I was like in the clouds. So I would sleep a bit, then the contraction will just get intense, boom, and now before she gave me that injection, like, there were two options of injection. So for the option that I chose, she said she needs to check me again, because if I'm past 6 centimeters or something like that, that she won't be able to give it to me because it will affect something I can't really remember. So she checked me, and when she checked, I was already 6 centimeters. So she gave me that one immediately. Now this is somebody that was like, oh, in 4 hours we'll check you again, blah blah blah. And she checked me at like 5 o'clock, and I was already 6 centimeters. So that's why I was like, you're saying you're old. Because if I'm 5 centimeters at 5 a.m., this baby is coming out like real, real quick. Now, from that point where they gave me the injection, and to till when my baby came, it was about 3 hours, because I had my baby at past 8. I don't fully remember. I just remember bits and pieces of everything that was going on, because, like I said, it felt like I was in the clouds. To cope with the pain, I was inhaling the gas and air a lot, like so when I take it so fast like that, my head will spin, and so I wasn't really conscious of my environment. Like I said, when you're tipsy, you know what's happening, but you're not fully aware of what shit. You get it. But I remember that the nurse was like, I should get on my knees on the bed. So I was on my knees on the bed. My mom was on one side, my husband was on one side. I was holding the both of them like that. I remember screaming. Now at this point, I don't know, I think I was about 8 centimeters. Then they came and they checked again. They checked, and one of the midwives, I heard her say, there's still a little bit of cervix there. The midwife was like, she can still feel a bit of cervix there. Now, apparently, when your cervix fully dilates, there's no cervix there again. It's totally open. So she was like, she can still feel a bit of cervix there. It's just a little, Now let's just wait a while and wait for that last part to just open up, and then it's go time. So at this point, I don't know, for them to have said the cervix is just remaining very little, I was probably like 8 centimeters. You guys, I don't know what to use to describe that pain, but it was painful. I was only having, at the beginning, I was having like, how many minutes to rest? 3 minutes, because it was coming everything. So I have like 3 minutes, catch my breath, I'll play. But at this point, when I was like 8 centimeters, I was having only like 2 seconds to catch my breath. I couldn't even catch my breath because it would hit me so hard. I would squeeze their heart, shout. I knew that I was shouting at that point. And then it to stop. And then before I can do, oh, it has started again. Bah! Hey! God. Ha! At some point, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. My mom was like, what do you mean by that? You can do it. You can do all things. You can do it. My sister was on the phone. She was praying. You can do all things. Mama, you can do it. You did. I say, yes, I can do it. I can do it. See, will come again. I will shout. Hey, you people. The pain was entering my brain. It was entering my brain, seriously. So, like I said, I was in the cloud. So the only thing I remember after that was they checked me again. They checked me again and they were like, okay, fully dilated, let's go. I turned back to my back. And then I remember they put some things up, and then they hung one leg here, they hung one leg on the other side. And I just remember people were saying to push, to push. I was hearing push from this side, push from this side. I was hearing like 4 people in my vagina, push, push, ha. I had watched videos on how to push. They say you hold your breath, you put your chin like this, and then you push into your bum bum. I said, okay, let me try it. So I pushed into my bum. It felt like, hey, like football was stuck in my bum bum. I said, hey, I swallowed it in back. I swallowed it back. So when they say push, I was just because it was so painful. Apparently, one midwife was observing me. Was now telling my mom that when the head is about to come out, she would get scared, and she would take it back in. I say, this one has caught me. And then I heard the doctor say, oh, you're getting tired, baby is getting tired, because it had been going on for, I was just doing wasting all my energy. At that point I had forgotten everything I had learned, because during my antenatal classes, I still used to attend my antenatal classes in my hospital in Nigeria, like on Zoom. And the matron would always say, try not to shout. Whatever you do, try not to shout, try not to scream, because you need all your energy to push. But if you're using all your energy to scream, you're going to get tired. Baby is going to get tired. I forgot. I was shouting. Omo, you're like, just push into your bum, push into your bum, push into your bum. Because they kept on saying, we can see baby's head, you need to push into your bum to get baby out. Like in my mind, I was just like, oh God, I just need to do this. I just need to bring this football out of my bum bum. Oh my goodness. And then I pushed, grabbed my husband's hand on the right, grabbed my mommy's hand on the left, and they say, okay, let's go, push it. I push it. They say, yeah, 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 yeah. As they're saying the yeah, I'm like, okay, that means baby's head is coming out. They can see it. Let's go, Benita, Benita, you can do it, Benita. No, Benita. Oh, that's it, that's right, that's right. Everybody was hailing me. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, push, push. Oh, I should have pushed the push. I think I did that like twice, and then I just felt, poof, yeah. Whew. My coochie was on fire, man. It was on fire. But as soon as that came out, I felt like a relief. And then I heard the doctor playing. I was like, oh, look at all that hair. Hello, little one. Hello, welcome, welcome. Okay, now, Benita, you need to push the body out or something like that. And then there was a point that he was calling my name. Like I said, I was still in the cloud. So I was hearing my name. I was hearing my name, but I'm like, where is my name coming from? I forgot that there was a doctor in front of me. Until my mom now said, Nene, Nene, Nene. I now came back to the present. And I heard the doctor, Benita, don't push. Don't push. I don't remember if this was before baby's body came out or after, but he was like, don't push. Breathe in and out, breathe in and out. Use the gas and air. So I was using the gas and air, and I was breathing in, breathing out for him, breathing in, breathing out for him. I don't remember what point that was, but that happened. And then when it was time for the bodies to come out, I didn't really push. It was just like a little, the next contraction came, and everybody was like, okay, let's go. The doctor and the midwives were like, okay, time for the bodies to come out. Let's go, Benita. And I just did a little, and everything just, like I felt it out of my body. And my tummy just instantly, I felt so relieved. And then I asked my mom, like, is the placenta out? I was like still a bit woozy. I was just like floating. And she was like, no, not yet. Doctor was like, not yet, not yet. And then when it was time for the placenta to come, I was like 2 to 3 minutes after that. I was like, okay, just give me a little push, and I just felt something warm just slide out. And yeah, so the doctor was there, like, cleaning me up, stitching me up for like another 10 minutes or so. And yeah, when he was done, that was it. Baby was on my body, and it was so emotional. My husband's eyes were red. I could see that, like, he had been through a lot. And he was scared, but he was just trying to, man up and everything. So yeah, that's the story of the birth. After that, what happened? see, before I fully regained consciousness, fully, I think it was very late at night. It was very late at night that day, because even when I was moved to the postnatal ward, is it postnatal that you call it? After giving birth, the ward that you stay in and recover. um I still wasn't myself, I just wanted to sleep. I would be like, I was drifting in and out of sleep. Yeah, so I don't fully remember. I just remember that they took baby off me. After a while, weighed him, checked some things. I remember a nurse was asking for my consent to give him a vitamin, I think vitamin K. I remember she like, have I got your consent to do clinical? I was like, yeah, like, okay, cool. Then I remember somebody came. I was like, two people are going to come and assist me to take a bath. um I remember saying, okay, yeah, let them come. I saw two women in green. They came in, helped me get out of bed, helped me undress, helped me to shower. My mom also helped me to shower. She was there as well. I came out and I was like in and out of sleep, in and out of sleep, in and out of sleep. So yeah, that's how it happened. According to my mom, my husband, my sisters, they were on the phone. They were like, "You screamed the hospital down." Me, I know I shouted because I was he, but because I wasn't like fully aware, that gas really made me. I don't know what that gas did, but I guess it's just a way to distract you from the pain. Because if you're focused on the pain, it will pain you more. It's a mental thing. But the gas sort of makes you lightheaded and everything will just be funny to you. So you won't really focus on the pain as much. So yeah, according to them, I screamed the hospital down. But I don't think it was that bad. So guys, that's the story of my birth. It was pretty easy. My pregnancy was easy. My delivery was so easy, and I give glory to God. 5 hours, first baby. I had read a lot of stories of, hey, first baby, 24 hours, 36 hours labor, and I'm like, hey, and I just really thank God that everything went well. Let's interact. If you had a baby, let me know. Let me know how it was for you. Let's interact in the comment section. And yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe as well and support me. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.